year was funny. I was sitting on the seat in the plane, and I just felt a little like a letter fall on my seat. And then someone walked away, and I looked at it, and it was in this like blue highlighter with the little moon on it. So for the Moon Night show that I just done, and it was just like my mother would have disowned me if I didn't say something.
Oh, what did I say?
And it was like, as a person of color, how much it means to me that you're out there doing these things. It was really, really sweet. Yeah.
All the answers to every question so far is Loki. That's what people come up to me in the street and say. And absolutely, that was the thing that changed.
What did they say?
Oh, there was a hilarious one. I was walking the dog one wet Wednesday in a park in London. The summer after Infinity War came out, the spring, and a group of school kids were playing nearby on a break, and there were sort of heads turning. And I thought, okay, well, they've seen the movie, and then as they were walking away, I heard this shout. I was walking up the hill. I heard this shout say, "Loki!" I was like, "Yep, hi, that's me. Are you really dead?" I was like, what an extraordinary existential question to be asked on a Wednesday morning. Like, am I really dead? Well, not right now. I said, I didn't say anything. I was just like, nice to see you. Have a good day. Because, don't want to give out the Marvel spoilers. Turns out Loki wasn't really dead.
No.
In another timeline.
No.
But in answer to that question, I think it was Loki that kind of, and I don't know how you feel, Quincy, but it's strange that moment when you're doing the thing that you always do in your life, going to grab a coffee or going to get groceries, and you're like, oh, I didn't, and then somebody comes up to you, or you're like, oh, right, I'm just doing a really ordinary thing today. I didn't see that coming.
And they look at you like...
Yeah, it's like my therapy sessions were more about, it's like, how do I get off the fix of work, the constant, it's connected with approval and wanting to be included, and also the biggest window of my life as an actor has been wanting to get opportunities, wanting someone to say yes, and it's been a very small window of being able to say no, having the luxury to say no. So it takes like building those synapses to be able to like chemically be able to say no in my brain and not feel like I'm destroying my life in some way, And I've got young kids, and this is the first time in 20 years I've taken the year off, by not being on a set. And it's weird. I'm also so happy to be able to do that. And
you can afford to take a year off.
I can afford to do it. That I just did, Moon Night, for me, felt the same way. Like, man, if I go, I'm going to go down hard on this thing. Because just the level of embarrassment that it would be, once you throw on a cape, you know what I mean? It's like, but and you're out in front of it, it's like, holy shit, I'm really doing this.
And you better see, the interesting thing about all of that though was that you kind of had a little path from like Star Wars to this next thing to like, Dune's fucking amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Dune is amazing.
Little to do with me, but
yeah.
Every morning when that alarm goes off, to be excited to get to work and not just be like, I got to get through this to get that check or whatever, And it seemed like this was an opportunity, I think because of the TV landscape and because, strangely enough, there does seem to be a lot more risk-taking in the television, for sure, area right now, that we got a chance to do this bizarre thing that happened to be in the case of a superhero genre film, but to use that kind of mythology to actually do something real and to, do kind of maximalist work.
But it's interesting, like normally Marvel calls and people say yes fairly immediately. That wasn't, you were hesitant.
It was so much about like, is this the stupidest thing? Is this a smart thing? What does this mean? It was such a kind of mental torment just to make the decision.
Sure. Like, so what are the reassurances that you needed to sort of get there?
That it was going to be, it was in there, but also that it was like, that it was going to be a team, that like we were all going to want to be making the same thing. I think that's for me super important because it's a collaborative medium.
On our show for Marvel and Disney Plus, on the Loki show, I was across the table from Owen Wilson a lot, and we had so many sort of long. In fact, in the first episode, there's a long 25-page scene that's basically just an interrogation, a kind of analysis. And he came ready, and I was ready, and we did it across the table. And he said to me, I was just like, this kind of feels like a play. And he was so excited by it. He was like, this feels, it's the interaction. That's where the magic is.